Welcome guys to another Christmas special to see what deck profile we're doing for another day of Christmas. And what do we got in here? I don't know. Got a couple of decks in here. Let's see what we're going to pull out to do for today's deck profile. I have this big huge stocking of a thing. I swear it's a Christmas cap. Let's see here. Well guys, it looks like for today's first day of on the Christmas special, we're going to be doing, by the way, I love this card artwork, the one and only, I love this deck. Where are you, baby? Dark Magician Girl deck profile today, guys. Enjoy! It's time to duel, everyone, and today for you guys we're going to be doing a deck profile of a deck that I love to death, and as you can see by the playmat today, we are going to be profiling the Dark Magician Girl deck. So there's a couple things I want to go over very quickly. This is quote-unquote a Dark Magician Girl deck with Dark Magician in the deck. It does use the Magician Girl engine to some extent, but it does use Dark Magician as an engine as well. It's a fun deck. It's not a super competitive deck, and overall it is very fun and entertaining, and if you love the anime, it's an amazing deck. If you love Dark Magician, you will like this deck for the way we utilize her. So I haven't changed it drastically since the last time I profiled this deck because there really hasn't been that many cards that have come out. I have adjusted it to the ban list, to some new cards coming out, to new mechanics and things of that nature, like links and everything, to update it with the new link monsters that we have gotten over the past year, so you guys can take this into 2019 and play with it. Now there is going to be more Dark Magician support coming out. I don't know how that would be utilized in this deck, or if at all, but this is what we have at the current time heading into the new year. So let us get to the deck profile of the deck, and I hope you guys all enjoy. Now, for me personally, I've always said I love the OG artwork of Dark Magician, but you know what? I'm a man of culture. I love the full body artwork of Dark Magician. Thus, that is why you see these artworks of Dark Magician. So, you can all laugh and grin and shake your head in disgust, but yes, that's just me. But yeah, 3 Dark Magician Girls is what we run in the deck. She is definitely a staple 3 of in the deck for the different combo plays I will go over and how you utilize her. Next we run 3 Dark Magician. Now there's a bunch of different reasons. I used to run this as a 2 of, and you could definitely run it as a 2 of if you want to. But navigation in this deck, just like in a standard Dark Magician deck, is essential. Especially more so in this deck, navigation is just that more important because of certain combo plays that you can pull off in the deck. So, yes, do keep that in mind. That's why I run 3 Dark Magician. He's still essential in the deck. So 3 Dark Magician. Next we run 3 Magician's Rod. Now, Magician's Rod in this deck searches out a lot more than a standard Dark Magician deck, I would say. You can search out Dark Magical Circle. You can search out Magician's Illusion Magician, Dark Magic Attack if you really wanted to. You can search that out with, other cards. Dark Burning Magic, which we'll talk about more, is the main card you're going to search out for one of your big main combo plays. You're going to also be able to search out Magician's Navigation, which is essential, as well as Eternal Soul if you need to. So, yes, so you saw a little bit of the deck there, so you get the idea of what I'm working with. But yeah, this is your Stratos of the deck. It searches out just about everything you need for your combo plays. Next up, I run 1 Apprentice Illusion Magician. Now, in a standard Dark Magician deck, this is a staple 2 to 3 of. Okay? Every single day, you run this in a regular Dark Magician deck at multiples. But the problem is, in this build, these are all the dark targets we have. Dark Magician Girl, Magician's Rod. Okay? Yeah. You get where I'm going with this. Because your Magician Girl's engine that we run in the deck, water, earth, wind, even Spellbook guy is water. So, you get what I'm getting with this. It's not you're not going to be using it for that effect as much. You're mainly going to be using it for the effect to search out a Dark Magician if you need to. Okay, that's mainly what you're using this for, not for its other effect. So if you wanted to, and I've play tested with it, you can run her as a 2-of in this deck. That's perfectly fine. But personally, she's not as useful as she would be in a Dark Magician deck. If this card stated that its original name was Dark Magician Girl, when it's on the field, I would hands down say that this card's a staple 2 to 3 of. But it doesn't say that. So it doesn't function as well with the deck, sadly. Alas. But we do run her in the deck as a 1-of because she's still useful for the Dark Magician engine of the deck. So let's get into the Magician Girl engine. Chocolate sets up your graveyard, gets dead cards out of your hand, and is also a draw engine. Berry is useful in multiple different ways. It's your mini Stratos for your Magician Girls. And Kiwi is quote-unquote your Colute for the deck. Helps your small Dark Magician Girls get over your big Dark Magician Girls. Now you may be asking, why are you not running Lemon? Why are you not running Apple? They're not as good. You could run them as 1-ofs in the deck if you wanted to, but you really don't need them in the deck. These are your essential engine pieces. Draw engine and setup, Stratos effects, honest effects, Colute effects to give you big attack points. So these on its own work together with the Dark Magician Girl. So keep that in mind. But if you wanted to run Berry, Lemon and Apple, go right ahead. But they're not as useful, I find, as these 3 girls right here. So those are the ratios we run of the Magician Girls. We also, for our last monster, we run a mini Spellbook engine in the deck. So we run 1 Blue Boy, Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, to search out your Spellbook of Knowledge and your Spellbook of Secrets. For a draw engine, because you need a good draw engine in a deck. Next, we run 2 Dark Magician's Circle. Remember, like I said earlier, you're using the Magician Girl engine. Now, you could run this as a 3-of if you wanted to. Be my guest. But it's not as useful to some degree as it would be in a standard Dark Magician deck. You're mainly using it for its effect to add Dark Magicians, and if you get to banish, that's great. With your navigation plays and your reborn plays of your Dark Magician, but it's not as essential as you would be in a standard Dark Magician deck. So that's why I run it as a 2-of. You can try 3 if you want to. Be my guest if you want to cut corners out or cut cards out, but you only really need 2-of in this build of the deck. You don't need 3-of. Remember, like I said, it's Dark Magician Girl with Dark Magician splashed into it. Remember that. We run your Spellbook engine, 2 Knowledge, 2 Secrets, standard Spellbook engine with Blue Boy. You guys know the drill if you're familiar with Spellcaster engines and how they function. So, there you go there. We run for our 1-of Dark Magician cards. We run Dark Magical Inheritance, Illusion Magic, Dark Magic Attack, and then we run 2 Dark Burning Magic, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a second here. So, Magical Inheritance, good 1-of. You can run it as more if you want to, but very good. Add your Dark Magicians back. Dark Magic Attack, blow back row up. Dark Burning Magic works too. You could run the Dark Magician Girl attack one if you want to, but this card is 10 times better than that card, and that's why I run this card instead of that other card, because of the combo plays this card can set up, which we're going to discuss right now. So the Dark Burning Magician Girl one just destroys monsters. This particular card, Dark Burning Magic, is amazing. Think of this as a board nuke for your opponent. The opponent has a very powerful board. Let's nuke the board. That's the way I like doing this. Just like in the anime, nuke the board. So, how does Dark Burning Magic work? Well, technically it's a 3-card combo. Technically. But you do have to also keep in mind that every single card is searchable in this deck. Okay? All 3 of these combo pieces right here are searchable. So this can be any combination of these 3 cards. Because, like I said, searchable target, searchable target, searchable target. Remember that. So how does this work? Well, say we're going first. We want to set our Magician's Navigation face down and set our Dark Burning Magic face down. Alright? When our opponent goes off, does a whole bunch of their plays, you will have Dark Magician in hand. You will activate Magician's Navigation, starting a chain link. You will bring your Dark Magician out to the field, and then you'll be bringing out your Dark Magician Girl from your deck as well. Now you will have both of these on the field. Now you can act Dark Burning Magic and blow up their entire board. Back row, monsters, everything. Kaput. With this one card. Now like I said, 3-card combo, all searchable pieces. I'm not a fan of 3-card combos because they can be very inconsistent. But the fact that every single piece here is searchable makes it a pretty decent 3-card combo, I feel like, in my opinion. But that's why we run Dark Burning Magic. Pretty good card. But let's continue on with the deck now, after talking about Dark Burning Magic. You can run it this way, or you cannot. It's up to you how you want to run the deck, but that's the reason I run Dark Burning Magic. I love the card, and it functions very well in the deck. So 2 Dark Burning Magic. We also have 1 Eye of Timaeus. You do have the card that we run standardized with the Polymerization of a Born Dark Magician for those type of plays, which came out in the Mega 10s earlier this year. What is the name of that card? Give me 1 second here. Which is called, give me a second to find it, Keeper of Dragon Magic. Now you could run this card in the deck if you wanted to, but it takes up a little bit more space, and you're very tight for space, as you can see in the deck already. So that's why I just run Eye of Timaeus. Yes, it is not searchable, but if you draw it, you draw it. If you don't, you're not going to cry over it. Okay? So keep that in mind. So that's why we run 1 Eye of Timaeus. You could run 2. I was even considering it, but Eye of Timaeus is really useful in this deck because you can use Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician for both. So versatility, you get where I'm going with this a little bit, and for space reasons. Next we run Dark Magical Veil. This works for Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl and other things. So definitely 1 Dark Magical Veil. I don't usually like this in the standard Dark Magician deck, but in this version where I am running Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician, yes, I would run this. 1 Upstart Goblin, because it's Upstart Goblin. 1 Monster Reborn, because it's Monster Reborn, for crying out loud. Draw power, make this a 39-card deck. Why not? Then we run our traps, which are 3 Magician's Navigation. Like I was describing earlier, just look at the artwork. That is what you're trying to do with this card. But if you're not able to, you can still go into, Dark Magician, to make level 7 Exceed plays, or you can go Dark Magician into Apprentice Illusion Magician to search out another Dark Magician if you have multiple navigations in your hand. So navigation is just as essential in this deck as it is in a normal Dark Magician deck because of all the different trees and ways you can use it. So do keep that in mind with navigation. There's just not Dark Magician, there's Dark Magician Girl into Dark Magician into Apprentice Illusion Magician, multiple other different ways. So last card we run in the deck is we run 2 Eternal Soul. Even in a Dark Magician deck, I've seen people run this as a 2 of, and like I said, I'm tight for space, so I only run this card as a 2 of. So you could run this as a 3 of if you can find the space, but it's not, space is tight, so I only run this as a 2 of in the deck. It's a card that I could cut out and it would work fine as a 2 of. So that's the main deck for the deck. Let's get on to the extra deck now, so we can get into that. So let's get to the extra deck. We run our Magician Field Center, Dark Magician Girl. Why not? For our fusions, for our Timaeus plays, and thank you to my friend who gave me this card sleeve back in the day. Thank you so much, man. We run 1 Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. 1 Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. 1 Amulet Dragon. And 1 Dark Paladin. You don't have to run these, but these are just optimal targets for your Eye of Timaeus plays. For your Exceeds, we run number 42 Galaxy Tomahawk to go into a whole bunch of Link spam plays. Number 11 Big Eye, and Ebon Illusion Magician. Now for your Link plays, we're going to run a lot of different things to use with Tomahawk, because Tomahawk is amazing. Link Karibo, Link Spider, Proxy Dragon, Quillpult Genius. Now you may be asking yourself, why are you running Quillpult Genius? This is not a machine deck. when it makes when these tokens here that Tomahawk makes are machine tokens. That's why. One Cerberus, one Nightmare Cerberus. Now, you can run this or Phoenix, it's up to you. One Unicorn, Nightmare Unicorn, and one Borreload and Borreload Sword. You could also run Sayuja if you wanted to. So that is all for the deck right there, guys. I hope you thoroughly all enjoyed it. It's a very fun deck to play. Like I said, it's not super competitive, meta-based, but very fun, very entertaining to play. I love it, and overall, I've thoroughly enjoyed playing this deck throughout the years. But yeah, until next time, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling to all of you, and I'll see you all next time. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody, and good luck dueling to all of you.